Hi, this is Cameron from the FS Flight Productions channel, just updating you on what's going on the channel now. I'm currently in the middle of my exam period, so this is why I haven't really been uploading anything or commenting on or doing anything really. I've just been revising for my final exams, which finish on the 22nd of June, so after that I'll get back to doing all my normal movies and finish off the previews that I've uploaded. But in the meantime, me and FSX Pilot 767, links in the description below, are doing circuits in the NGX and many different sort of variations of flying the NGX because we enjoy flying this aircraft, sort of sharing with you what we've learned. And this is a very long video, over half an hour. I've never really done anything that long before. We upload my perspective of what I saw and he uploads what he saw on his channel, so again check that below. And I hope you can enjoy the video and stay tuned. Tell me if you like this or don't. I know it's something completely different from what you're used to, but that's pretty much it. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm just established on final now. I've got quite a big crosswind, just adjusting that power just to keep it right. This is probably going to be a bit of an interesting landing because I have a huge crab angle going on.
Yep, mine was an interesting landing as well.
Oh, I can just see your smoke. I just see you touch down.
It was fairly firm.
Okay, 500
I have
feet.
a lot of my squeaky rudder in this video.
That's okay. It's always good, you can tell when you're working.
I know.
I'm just adjusting with just power and trim, but the problem with it is I tend to get a little bit over ambitious with the power and speed up a little bit.
I've just rotated, and the best way I find is just to let the nose be blown in to the wind by the tail, and then just make sure the wings are level, and then the track should remain about stable, which it has. Cameron, which side do you want me to go, left or right?
If you go right, just touching down there.
I've gone a bit high before I've started my turn. That was quite an aggressive start to that turn by accident. So now turning crosswind.
Oh, whoa, Nelly. This is not enjoying being on the runway now. I'm getting blown across the runway completely.
Mine does.
I think I must have, oh, very violent. I think the gear wouldn't have enjoyed that in reality. I don't think I kicked in the rudder enough in the crab. I think that's possibly what it is. I'm back up in the air now though.
Yeah, I'm just making a general turnaround to downwind with the tailwind. The crosswind leg doesn't exist on the right-hand circuits, and on the left-hand circuits that you're going to do now, the base leg doesn't exist. So with these massive crosswinds, but you find that the base leg for me and the crosswind leg for you take forever because your ground speed is so much lower than your airspeed. I'm just now downwind. The manual says about 180 knots, so I'm slightly fast. 1,500 feet above ground level. I've got QFE set, and so is Cameron. We have the range rings, like in last episode, 2.5 miles and 5 miles.
I'm gonna, when I'm downwind, I'm gonna input my 2.5 mile ring because I think I'm gonna roll out a little bit earlier because I want to be further out than I was before. So because the manual stipulates that you should be within a 2 nautical mile ring of the airport at any point, but with this wind, it means that my base leg is almost non-existent or far too light tight. So I'm gonna
because I've just done a 30-degree constant bank to downwind, and I've ended up 2.6 miles of being the runway. Yeah. So
I'm just going to continue out now, almost extending my leg out. I probably should have done this in the turn, but I prefer to do it now rather than trying to adjust my head in.
Because I'm basically,
So I'm going to continue out to where it looks like about 2.5 now. I'm going to turn my downwind head in.
So yeah, in this episode we're trying to stick to what the manual says. We'll provide links in the description to this link we found, which actually takes a page from the manual, the diagram of the touch and go and the circuit in this aircraft. And we're trying to keep that as much as possible. As already mentioned, the downwind legs are going to have to be further from the runway than it says because it's simply impossible to stick to what it says in the manual in these really severe crosswinds. You've got 30 knots gusting to 40 knots with a strong shear strength and moderate turbulence.
I've just, as the manual stipulates, when you can beam the end of the runway, gear down, flaps 15, slowing your speed down to about 150 knots, which is what it's doing now, trying to keep that height. Okay, so now I'm going to start my turn for base, which is going to be, it's very, very tight as I told you before because of the wind. Gives you a huge tailwind now. I'm going to get ready on the power, just reducing it back already. You can start your descent now if you wish, which I'm going to do, but I'm keeping that power on because you don't want to lose too much height. And now, landing flaps.
I've just turned, I'm sort of turning final, but I'm aware of our separation, so I've sort of gone into a 45-degree leg. I was quite far out anyway, about 2.7 miles on the base, so it's okay just to do this 45-degree leg. It doesn't really exist, but it's not too bad actually. I'll just bring it around.
Okay, I have. I'm on at the base leg now, but I lost a lot of speed due to the turn, the tailwind. So I'm going to start my turn now for finals.
And next time I'll do a left-hand.
Okay, I'll do a right-hand circuit then.
And I'm using now the track display on the navigation display. It displays the track. I'm very low, but now I'm lined up with the centre line nicely. I'm just using that track. The runway heading 055. I'm slightly to the right, so I'm just using 053, 054. Just to put me back slightly to the left as well, because I will be kicking the rudder in quite violently to the right.
I'm incredibly high. I kept too much height in the turn, too much power on, but it's okay in this wind. I can just reduce to idle now, and my speed's slightly picking up, but it'll be okay.
My landing wasn't too bad.
I'm still at idle, so what I'm going to have to do is it's going to be a little bit difficult. When I get onto the pappies now, I'm going to start to increase the thrust and trim back before I get onto the proper glide path, because then that should anticipate it. But not too much power. I always do that. The speed's always too high. Obviously, then you need to pull the nose back.
On the runway, on the runway, I got completely blown everywhere, left and right.
I came to. It happens to me all the time. Yeah, I'm just coming down now, 100 feet, 50.
30, 20, 10.
Okay, whoa, I'm down. Increase that thrust again. I seem to manage to keep a lot more stable on the runway this time. I don't know why. Oh no, I can see what it is this time. It's a sort of an FSX wind glitch. You get halfway down the runway and I was perfectly on centre, then the nose just tried to kick about 20 degrees to the right.
Yeah, it happened. Yeah, that's what happened to me.
Yeah. I think it's like a wind goes, oh, and now by the way the wind's a lot higher, and then it goes mad. Oh, and by the way, the manual states when you're on the climb out here on the upwind leg, it's VREF plus 15 to 25, so it's quite lax with that speed here.
I try and stick to VREF plus 20.
Yeah, that's generally good. I normally end up about 175 knots, which is normally okay. So probably one of the most difficult aspects of this circuit is actually this upwind part here, because you're turning and you have to level off at 1,500 feet, which comes up incredibly quickly.
Yeah,
while trying to maintain the higher speed and then reduce the flaps in the turn, so you have quite a few factors to deal with. I'm a little slow. I'm going to increase the power. Obviously, when you increase the power, once the climb, you have to push the nose down. And then the wind's obviously playing a factor because it's constantly changing. So. And we're looking for a 25 to 30 degree bank angle in this turn.
So here's a way that I'm using now. I'm on downwind. In order to maintain the heading, you can see I've got a track of 236 degrees, the downwind leg's 235, that's now gone to 235. Now I'm just going to level the wings, keep the track on 235. You can see this pointer 9 degrees to the right. That's the heading of the nose. The 235 is where the aircraft's actually travelling across the ground. So you can see out the window, I'm looking this way, but I'm travelling that way. I'm just going over the runway threshold. Well, I beam it, gear down, flaps 15, bring the speed back down.
I'm a little fast and I'm just a little off my downwind heading, so I shouldn't be looking. I should look outside a bit more, but it's very difficult with the wind because of the drift is very off-putting. So I'm just trying to. I'm a little high. A beam now, so I'm going to put my gear down, flaps 15.
Now I'm base, flaps 30, gears down.
Okay, I'll wait, tell me whenever you...
I'm turning final, it's one continuous turn as you mentioned on this side. I'm getting now, my airspeed's 150 knots and my ground speed's 185, so
I am turning a base also, but I'm about 3 miles out, 4 miles out. So hopefully I should come up behind you.
I'm getting blown downwards quite a lot, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's that turn for base on that side is very, very difficult. Ah, this side, this is better. You can actually get a proper defined base.
I know, it's much easier, and then on this side, on the side that I've just done, the actual upwind leg takes forever.
Yeah, it does actually, you're right. 2 landing flaps, is it? I'm at landing speed now, 1,000 feet.
Right, finals, short finals.
Okay, I'm turning finals now.
I'm going to do that technique that I did before, the sort of standard technique that I often see in reality, which is the crab technique, and then there's the side slip technique, which I'll go over next time. Just now, 100 feet above.
I'm actually doing what the manual says, don't do this, and I'm doing it. I'm doing a very, very shallow turn on final. And I can see why they say, because it takes forever to get established on final, but I started the turn too early, so it's my fault, but it's a good example of what you shouldn't do.
That was not pretty, that landing. It was far too firm. It was within limits, and I was lined up with the runway when I touched, so it probably wouldn't have done any damage, but nonetheless, the passengers wouldn't have been happy.
Whoa.
And I just seem to get blown all over the place.
Yeah, on the runway, it's definitely not normal. No, it doesn't seem right. You seem to get the nose down and you think, okay, now I'm established, this is okay, and then it just goes, whoop, off you go, for no apparent reason. It's obviously there's a patch of wind that FSX keeps simulating. Okay, I'm on short final now.
I'm doing a right-hand circuit this time.
Okay, you're
leveling off rapidly, trying to level off at 1,500 feet while putting the flaps up to 5.
Hopefully this one I can get it a little bit better. Just keeping the power on. I have no call outs, this will be fun. I hate it when that happens. Oh,
the EGPWS call outs.
Yeah, it just went away. I was like, I couldn't hear anything. Now that's one thing where you should, whoa, see the wind just kicked that nose again. Very strange, up in the air again. I don't know why it did that. I hate it when it does that, when it doesn't give you the call outs.
I know, because you don't have to look at the radio altimeter before, if the call outs are there, it's a useful thing. This time I'm going to try something completely different. I'm going to try the side slip technique.
Oh, you're going to side slip, okay, good luck.
Yeah, that's well, if you don't know the difference between the crab and the side slip techniques, I actually made a crosswind landing tutorial, basically talking of the techniques in depth, which I'll link in the description. But the side slip technique, basically your nose is on the runway heading, but one of your wings is banked into the wind, downwards into the wind. So then just before touchdown you level the wings and then touchdown as normal. The crab technique that I've been doing prior to the last 2 landings, that's where the nose is not on the runway heading, but the wings are level throughout the approach, and then you kick the rudder in and then bring the nose to the runway heading and touch down. In theory, you've seen in the last 2 landings, they haven't been textbook, they've been far from textbook, but these winds are really, really severe. So they're 80 degrees in the runway heading, gusting to 40 knots. It's fairly rare in real life to see them.
Yeah, I'm trying to extend my displacement from the runway, but I haven't done it very well. I'm just only at 2 miles because the wind's blowing me in while I'm on that upwind. So again, the base
really
is going to be very, very odd. But oh well, I gave it a good go. I might actually this time try a flats 15 landing, considering the high winds affecting the aircraft less with the lesser flap setting. So it might, I don't know, the actual wind isn't that bad when you're on final. It's just because you get a good crab going, so I might try flats 15.
Yeah. So I'll start the side slip now. It's a very short final. I'm just about to turn final. And at first I'll get a good crab going. You've got to get a good crab going to make sure you're in line with the runway, and then transition from the crab to the side slip by slowly and smoothly bringing the rudder, in this case right, and slowly banking the aircraft left. So just turning onto final now. Trying to keep it nice and stabilised. Not too low like I was last time. Yeah, that's about right. I'm just one light high on the Pappy. On the Pappies now. So bring the that trap on the nav display. So then it says 055. And then I'll make use of the little pointer now, just to really slowly. Can you see the pointer is moving in to where the number is, but the track is actually now just drifted left 054, 053. I actually just corrected slightly more for that. So it's fairly hard, very hard in fact, extremely hard in fact. Bit low now.
Oh wait, where are you?
On the centre line, just crossing over the...
Okay, I'm just behind you now. I did a really odd turn for base and it didn't work very well, but never mind. I'm trying a flats 15 landing.
That really didn't go too well, I got blown all over the place.
I can't do a flats 15 landing in calm weather, so I don't know what I'm thinking, but never mind. It's worth a go.
Yeah.
I'm way too fast. I'm not used to this. I'm used to the power settings that I need for 30 degrees. Ah, damn it. Oh well.
These landings really aren't pretty, but if you manage to master this, by all means post this a video response, because we'd love to see them.
Oh, that wasn't too bad. Oh, that one I just did there. Oh, the wind. And in advantages, I don't have to bother changing the flap setting. I can just take off again because it's flap 15 set for takeoff.
Ah, yeah.
There you go. That actually works quite well. I do actually recommend that.
Oh right, okay. Next time I'll do the normal crab one because that side step one really wasn't nice.
Okay, I'm gonna go left this time. I can actually see you disappearing off on your. No, sorry, I'm going right. You're going left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see you. That's pretty cool. 30,000 feet.
You're right behind me.
Yeah, I know. I caught. It's because I did this very, very, very odd base wind leg. That was like a really shallow turn that brung me out really near the runway. It was really wrong. I don't know why I did that, but never mind. I much prefer this right-hand circuit.
Yeah, I've drifted really high and fast. I had way too much power on. In these circuits, the parameters are so... I don't know if you found this, the parameters are so tight that you've got to maintain.
Yeah, the problem with these circuits is, again, because, you know, you're only 1,500 feet above the ground. So when you're at, you know, 3,000 feet and you're at 2,900, it's like, oh well, you know, I'll climb in a bit. But at 1,500, that 100 foot less, that's dangerous. You are close to the ground. You know, you need to get these things right, otherwise it just completely all goes to cock. It's a different experience. Well, I suppose it's much more real world, isn't it? Because they're obviously in a high stress environment. I imagine that doing these circuits is the last thing you do before you get your type rating. So it's going to be, you're going to be perfectly confident with using the 713 in a real world situation. So this is.
I think they actually get the type rating. They actually get the type rating in the simulator.
Oh, do they? Oh, and they finish off the type in the.
Well, it's like the airline induction.
Oh, it's the airline induction, is it? Okay, that makes more sense.
Like by the time it's a really weird situation now because they've never stepped inside. They could have never stepped inside a 737 yet they know how they've got a type rating and a license to fly it.
Yeah, apparently with the Airbuses as well, you can be completely trained almost now because the cockpits are so similar.
Yeah.
You can get an A319 pilot who only needs not much training to learn how to fly an A380.
I know.
Because they're very, very similar.
It's like a 10-day conversion course, conversion course, and then you train on multiple aircraft.
It is a good system, the Airbus system, but I
that's
just prefer how
basically the reason why I like it in Flight Simulator, because I like to have different experiences now to do different things. I suppose I will learn when the Flight Sim Labs A320 comes out, which looks like it's going to be very good. I will learn the Airbus, and then if there are any more add-ons in the future, I'll instantly know how to fly them. I've got a traffic warning.
Yeah, I have a traffic warning from you as well, as I had to say. I'm rolled out on base now. I've got landing flaps. Where are you? I don't have visual.
I've drifted right off to the right.
Okay.
I don't know if you've done that really badly.
Oh, I see you. I see it. It's okay. I have visual on my. You're below me.
I'm really far to the right. I'll just bring it back. These circuits are so tight though.
Yeah, they're very, very difficult. Ah, damn it, I've done it again. I turned too soon for the final. It stipulates in the manual, in big bold letters, don't turn unless you're doing a 30-degree turn, and that's what I keep doing. Ah, and I can see why. Damn it.
Right, I'm doing flaps 15. Normal crab technique. In fact, I'm using a combination of the two. I've got my crab going, and then just to make small corrections I do little bits of roll, because in these big crosswinds that's what it says to do.
I'm not even established on final when I'm 2 miles out, because
that was such a short touch and go.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's like touch power on, off we go, because you're you know.
I was well above my rotate speed. I was like 20 knots above rotate.
I'm doing a flaps 30 landing this time, just to for a bit of variation.
Yeah, I'll go back to mine.
The flaps 15, did you see what it wasn't that bad though in the float? It doesn't seem to.
It was much better. My landing was still pretty firm because I was used to the massive float from the flaps 30. It was much more controlled, that one. Whoops, I'm going above the 30-degree bank. Bring the thrust down. Yeah, I just lost concentration there for a second, and I'm way high and fast. Just 1 second loss of concentration. That's what it's done in this really tight circuit.
Yeah, that's the problem. My landing I did then was okay. It was within limits just. Oh, so you're I'm on the left circuit again.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, you really notice that difference in ground speed. And I mean, I know our flying's not really been. It's definitely not been amazing today.
No, definitely not. But the thing is, this is probably one of the hardest things you can have to do in a 7.3. You know, this visual everything. We're not touching one of these autopilots every nav we're doing, and we are effectively doing two people's jobs. Remember, we're trying to do, you know, everything.
And we're talking about what we're doing and explaining everything and talking to each other. So
I find that very difficult still, talking and trying to concentrate.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it! I've done it again. I'm going to bank off this to about, I don't know, 10 degrees bank, because I want to bring out the displacement from the runway. Oh, if you plan on doing circuits at Manchester like we are today, don't really concentrate on the fix rings too much, because I looked and the fix for the airport isn't actually, it's from where the airport's stipulated in the FMC rather than the runways. So if you can see now on my diagram, they're not exactly even. So that's why when we're on a 2 mile final, we're actually on a mile final, because it's pushed up that far. So that's another difficulty with this airport if you want to try and do circuits. Oh, damn it, 1,700 feet. Oh well, reduce the power.
I was at 1,800 as well and 200 knots. I mean, just 1 second loss of concentration. It's just so hard. It's harder than even I expected. I knew it was going to be hard. Right, I'm going to go now. I'm going to be a complete idiot and go for the flaps 40 landing.
Flaps 40 in this weather, good luck.
I know. How many more are we doing?
I don't know, maybe another one after the, you know, when you touch and then go around again, it'll be a full stop. Okay. You know what, I'm going to try, not that this is legal, a flaps 5 landing. Let's see what happens. Say a simulated failure of the flaps who's stuck on 5.
Oh yeah, I've seen in real life. I've actually witnessed something like a 15-degree crosswind. It was about 10 or 15 degrees crosswind at my local airport, Leeds Bradford. A 737 with a possible flaps failure. They didn't want to lower the flaps, so it was actually a flaps up landing.
Oh, a flaps up landing. Oh, I'll try that then.
It does happen. I've seen it in real life. It wasn't bad. I mean, it must have been pretty firm, but
yeah, very, very interesting because the airframe, you know, the 737 struggles with losing speed anyway, and now with absolutely no flaps, yeah, my VREF's going to have to come up to about 160 knots. This is going to have to be a continuous turn to final as well.
That's going to be mental.
Yeah.
It's going to be completely mental. Anyway, I'm
very high. I'm going to increase my power now. I'm in a dangerously high angle of attack.
I'm low again.
I'm not going to make this turn.
Oh,
this turn, because of the speed, has made it very wide. So I'm going to come out and it's going to be massively off-centre because I'm not used to this amount of speed. But if I don't keep the speed up, my angle of attack's too high, and I don't want to hang around stall. So I'm going to have to correct violently when I get back on set, when I get roll out. Oh,
is yours full stop or touch and go?
I'll make this a full stop actually.
Okay.
Yeah, auto brakes max. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, this is by no means realistic, and I messed up this approach, and I'm too fast and too high and too far to the off centre. So
immediately behind me.
Oh, I'm behind you, am I?
Like straight behind me. I'm just passing over the threshold.
Oh, okay. I am very fast. Very, very fast. I'm going to try and do a bit of a side slip like you were showing, but instead crabbing into the wind.
It's actually about right, you know. On 40, I made a good landing there. I think I've just learned through experience as well. I think it's part of the 40 because it should theoretically be much harder.
Oh god, this is not going to end well.
Too low, terrain.
Oh, now the GWPF's shown back. No, it doesn't. Come on, come on, come on,
20,
come on.
10.
Oh, very hard. Oh, and the nosy here would have probably collapsed on that one. Oh, come on, come on. That would have been an emergency sort of situation there. Okay. Full stop. Differential brakes off. Okay. Well, that last landing wasn't pretty. I was very fast, but it was just a bit of a joke. I'm going to take this exit here.
Yeah, I drifted too high because I was listening to you and then not looking at my altitude.
Now, I've never ever done a flaps up landing in a 7.3, and the one thing that's immediately apparent is it has problems bleeding off speed anyway, you know, it's such a slippery airframe. With no flaps, it's like, no, this is not happening. You're not losing any speed.
Yeah, I'm going to try it just to see what it's
like. Very, very interesting. Now, I warn you, go out very far because the turn for base, because you're much higher speed, if you try and hang around 160 knots even, you're hanging around the stall speed, and you end up with about a 12-15 degree pitch up angle. It's really dangerous.
Yeah. That is saying that when I had in the speed window 159 set, which was my target speed for flaps 30, it is actually it's flashing 8 saying that I need to be above that speed.
Yeah, you probably do.
It only stops at about 175 knots.
I think that's what I landed at, but mine was very hard because I was high as well because I didn't lose enough speed. I even attempted a side slip, but oh well.
Yeah, we really need to. On the next episode, we've got a few planned, such as extremely low visibility, which we would have to use the.
Yeah, we'll have to finally give up and use the auto systems. Yeah.
But extremely visibility, well, or maybe not. It might work. I'm not sure. Or possibly random critical failures. That's
that could
interesting
be a good one.
Oh god, I'm way too fast. I've got to bring that speed down.
Yeah, do you see what I mean when you're on final? It's mental, isn't it? You can't get rid of the
speed. I'm turning base, but my speed, I crept the speed up because I've gone really far out, and it's 200. Well, there's no way of softening the blow. It's 240 knots with a ground speed of 270.
Good luck.
Yeah, thanks. I'm going to need it.
Okay.
I might need to just put some cheeky speed brake.
Yeah. Damn it! Why didn't I use the speed brake? I should have used this.
Yeah, I really need to do that.
Yeah, that was a good idea. I should have used that even at.
I don't like doing it. In generally, if you need to use the speed brake, if you're not using air traffic control, don't have any problems like that. I really shouldn't be using it this close to the ground either. This is extremely cheeky use of speed brakes. I've made the turn so late, really late.
I'm trying to get into a position where I can see you land. Just taxiing
Oh
around.
my goodness, I'm having to really over.
Are you near now?
I'm near and I'm really far to the right, I think. Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm just right.
I came out basically on a perfect for the opposite runway.
I know, basically I am as well, but I'm like almost over the threshold of the other runway. I'm high, I'm
Yeah,
fast.
that's what happens, yeah.
I'm literally in the worst situation.
Yeah, that's what happened to me as well. We've basically done the same thing.
Oh, it's making the warning saying I've not got the... Oh, that's because the gear's up. Oh. That could be why I didn't... I had the
increasing
gear.
drag at least. Oh,
Yeah.
I see you. Oh, I see you. Okay,
Oh,
I'm
God.
gonna stop.
This
here.
really isn't pretty
Oh,
at
you just
all.
popped onto my low distance level. Alright, let's zoom in.
205 knots.
Oh God, it's fast, isn't it? You look quite stable though.
I'm stable, but I'm
Oh,
extremely fast.
I bet you're going to touch where my pillar is. Yeah, you are. I know a bit. No, you're alright. Yeah.
Oh God, I'm floating, I'm floating.
Oh God, oh God. You're,
Oh, God, that
you're
was
down.
hard.
Oh, you're down.
Oh God, that was hard.
That's how I'm going to be outside view. Oh, I can see you. Oh, good luck. Oh.
Oh my God.
Did you? Oh, you're going to stop. Yeah, you're going to stop. Oh, just. Okay.
Phew.
It's difficult, isn't it, the flare, because there's no... yeah.
Yeah, fail, basically.
The problem that I had was when I touched, my maximum auto brakes kicked in, along with the nose being up very high. So
God.
basically just went nose gear,
Yeah.
get down.
Yeah, that didn't really go well. Well, anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode. I mean, we did talk about lots of the procedures that you're meant to be using, what the manual states, everything like that. As I said before, if you want to take on this challenge, by all means post a video response. Would both be really interesting to see what you do, because we found it really difficult, especially communicating with each other. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a like or favourite, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channels for more videos. Thanks for watching.
Bye.